On our morning show today from WRCO, we have members of the Riverdale Drama Club here today. Directors Katie Benedict and Chris Simonson are here, and also senior actors and contributors Ben Bremer, Brandon Meese, Cadence McGraw, and Alex Schneider. Joining us here in studio today for WRCO's morning show. Chris, we'll start with you since you're the most veteran of the group here today.
Morning, Phil.
Good morning. Good to have you in here.
Nice to be in here. Thanks for letting us come on in and talk about the kids in the show.
I've said before, you're retired from teaching, but you're more busy now, so you probably should go back to work so you don't work so much.
There is that. I mean, between coming here and doing church things and stuff at school and things with passages, just got to keep going. That's all there is to it.
Still coaching and directing.
Right. Still doing that.
Great.
Yes.
Maybe give us a little history of Riverdale Drama Club as well. They've had some outstanding shows over the years.
We have had. I've been doing this for 35 or more, well, actually longer than that, years. And we've had quite a bit of success between the spring plays, our one-act shows, of course, having the opportunity to come here and do the Christmas shows as well, which is a fantastic opportunity for the kids who don't really remember the days of live radio drama the way some of my age and older do. So, we like to give the kids as many opportunities as we can to experience different types of theater. Yeah.
Is it hard to choose one that you haven't done before, or one that's, you've got enough actors and actresses to fill all the roles and things like that?
Well, there are times when it's a challenge because there are times when we feel we have a number of different choices that we could come up with. Katie will read plays and I will read plays, or in the case of a one act, we'll have a student who about this time of year says, hey, when we were at state, we saw this one. Could we maybe look at doing that for a one act next year? So it's nice to have a good group of kids that are open to trying new things and, letting themselves grow as actors. So it's nice to be able to have as many options as we do.
Are there a number of one acts? I mean, is there a pretty good list of those that you can do?
Thousands, tens of thousands of scripts, really. And there are a lot that we would like to do. The thing is, one of the things that I think we're most challenged by is a lot of the scripts that we read or see that are so fantastic have 4 actors or 5 actors. And when we've got 15 or 16 kids that say, hey, I want to be in a play, it's our belief that if somebody wants to be on stage, we want to get them on stage because that's where they're going to learn. That's where they're going to grow.
It's in the Little Theater at Riverdale?
Correct. It's in the Little Theater, room 102, whatever they call it this year, because the numbers always seem to change. But yeah, it's in the Little Theater at 7 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night.
Do you have, what do you do for props and stage? Do you have flats and things like that you roll in and out? Or how?
Nope. This is all pretty simplistic. We have curtains. We do have set pieces, tables, chairs. We've got, some hand props, things like that. But this is pretty simplistic, almost black box type theater for those who know what that is.
Sure. Yeah, use your imagination a little bit.
Yes.
Then.
Yeah, that's correct.
Very good. Katie, we'll welcome you in as well. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
So you teach drama at Riverdale then?
Well, I'm the co-advisor for the drama club. We actually don't have any drama classes at Riverdale at this moment. So it's just an advisory position. I'm actually a paraprofessional during the day, at the middle school.
Mild-mannered paraprofessional during the day and then play director at night.
That's my secret identity. I got to keep it.
So you're doing some vignettes, so that probably does give an opportunity to get more students involved, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And you'll see as you go through the play, if you come and watch it, that several of our actors play several parts. I think, for example, Ben here that we have has 4 parts in the show, and it's pretty similar for a lot of the actors, but it gives them a chance to really stretch their work and really show off their ability on the stage.
So these are they one acts that you kind of put together, or are they normally together on this particular show?
They're normally together. There's actually it's the whole play is about someone who procrastinated writing a work email for so long that they invented time travel. So there's a little bit between each show where they're discussing and going into a new time era to try to find a simpler time, which is why the play is called that. And it's really cool, but it all came together in the script as it is, but you could take out or put in what you wanted. And I think it's a really, really fun show.
What times are we thinking that it's set in then?
It's set, the interludes with the time travelers are set in modern times, but each individual one is everywhere from medieval times to the future. So we have medieval, we have Salem times, we have the founding of the United States. Let's see what else we got. We've got the 1800s, the 1940s. I mean, it goes through the whole gambit where they're trying to find a time that's simpler than now.
Mm-hmm. Contrary to popular belief, Mr. Simonson did not grow up in any of those eras then. So.
Sadly, no. I might have, if you ask my middle schoolers.
I did grow up in the future. I have traveled back. I can't tell you what happens, though, because I'm kind of forgetful.
Oh, see, that's normally how it works.
Do the Cubs win the World Series, though? That's the question.
In the future, yes. But I cannot divulge when they will win it again.
He's putting in his ticket now for it.
I see. When people attend on Friday and Saturday nights, will there be a lot of laughs?
Absolutely. This play is absolutely hilarious. My favorite, personally, of the scenes is called Founding Fathers, and it's the Founding Fathers trying to write the Constitution, and they just can't agree on anything, and it turns out their wives are in the next room over writing it for them. So that's just, that whole goes through the whole show. It's just absolutely hilarious.
So it's a little bit of a history lesson in some ways.
It fractured history tales maybe a little bit, you know, where you got the main points, but some of the story is filled for fun. So
Tryouts, when especially these seniors tried out, I mean, you kind of want your seniors involved, but you probably had some parts that were, you kind of had envisioned for some students too, didn't you?
You know, it happens that way, but then sometimes they do an audition and you're like, you know what? No, I think you'd be best for this over here. And then sometimes it actually works out that way. You're like, I knew you would be this part. I knew you would be there. And then other times you have no clue. I know when we were casting, we were sitting there with all the parts in front of us and all of our actors on a list trying to figure out who should go where. And there were a couple of them. We were just sitting there going, well, who would be better at this and who would be better at this? And it was a tough decision.
How long have you been practicing?
Since, was it mid-January?
Yeah, mid-January.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been coming along here pretty well. It's not something you just threw together in the last few days.
No,
So.
I hope not, because otherwise the last few months of my life have been wrong.
Just wasted.
Just wasted.
And you had to work around some extracurriculars and different schedules too, I'm sure.
I think that's the hardest part with finding a rehearsal schedule for our drama department is we have so many great things at Riverdale. We have so many clubs, so many sports, and a lot of them, because it is a smaller school, they overlap. A lot of kids do more than one thing. They'll do track, they'll do football. The hard part is finding a time that we're not interfering with those. So any parents who are listening, I know you've put up with us with our late rehearsals, especially this week, and we thank you and appreciate you for it.
Yeah, well said. It always takes a group to put this kind of thing on, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? So, sure. And then as far as costumes, you don't have a lot of costuming to worry about? Or
We have some. This one has been a little bit of a challenge because we had to dig into the deep recesses of the drama closet to find some things. And a lot of these costumes come either from our students' homes where they're like, I have this should work. Or I know I've spent the last 2 months going through thrift stores and asking friends, hey, do you have this? And it's been fun, though. It's not horribly complex for costumes this time around, though.
Indeed. Chris, did you get involved digging through the closets, too?
Oh, yeah. I knew where most of the stuff was. There's still one hat that I'm looking for in particular, your bonnet. I've got a bonnet. It's not where the bonnets should be.
It's not yours, though. It's the drama club.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, I can tell you, I've seen pictures. They used to put a brick under it and put it on his head to keep him from growing.
Oh,
so I don't know that it worked, but
because I'm so tall.
Yeah. It's Slam Chris Simonson Day here on the morning show.
Always is.
Is there a lot of things, though? You talked about the drama and some of the props and things and shoes and coats and uniforms from over the years?
Well, I mean, we have a number of things. We had to cull through a few years ago during one of our renovations. We lost some of our storage space and moved some storage space to other places. So there were a number of things we had to throw, but I've become kind of a pack rat in certain ways because I know that if we have something that's kind of unique, I hate to lose it because invariably 12 years from now, we're going to need that again. And if I throw it out, we'll need it the next week. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really nice box. Shut up, Chris. Throw it away. You'll find another box. But yeah, we had a number of things. Kids were able to come up with some things. Katie was able to find some stuff. So, you know, between people at the school and the kids and what we had, yeah, we were able to meet our needs.
Absolutely, and we definitely did have help from other departments in the school. I know our art teacher, Mrs. Wilkie, and our tech ed teacher, Mr. Harper, they both worked with us to help make some things that we needed and get it all together because we just don't have enough hours in the day to rehearse and make the props and everything. So they've been super helpful.
Good. And from the business community, I'm guessing you get sponsorship too and things like that, don't you?
Well, we haven't needed to do that for a while. We try to keep our costs as low as we possibly can. With the budgetary things, obviously with the referendum that's coming up, we appreciate all the help that the district gives us. They were able to help us buy a special light that we're using for this show, but we like to keep things just as bare bones without scratching and clawing from the community because they get hit quite a bit. They are very, very supportive, but I hate to go back to the same businesses again and again.
Among your student body this year, you have an exchange student in the cast. I don't know if that's happened recently or not.
Well, again, this is my first year at the high school, so I don't know. I'm sure we have a few every so often.
Yeah, we've had. It's rare when we have foreign exchange students that aren't involved in a number of different things, and Ben has found a home with us here. But yeah, we do try to get the foreign exchange students involved so that they can get a full feeling for what happens here in the United States for the time that they are here.
Indeed. Ben Bremer is here. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good.
Good to have you in the studio. You're from?
Germany.
Germany? What part of Germany?
Western Germany, near to the border of Belgium.
Okay. Have you had acting experience before?
I actually started acting when I was around 5, so I've been doing it for a long time now. Have been doing it in my school in Germany for a long time as well. Have been teaching children myself that were younger than me in my old school, and now I'm here and enjoy getting the opportunity to do that again.
Well, your English skills are great.
Thank you very much.
That's part of when you come here. That's probably one of the goals is to get a little bit better acclimated, right?
Definitely. That was a big goal of mine when I came here.
Is it hard with your lines to not say them in German or?
No, after 3 months or something, that was a problem I had at the first act, but after 2 or 3 months, you really start thinking in English, speaking English. I don't know when I only speak German when I'm angry at this point.
Which hopefully isn't too often.
No.
But, and the vignettes, it sounds like it's a little bit of American history. Are you kind of learning some things as well?
Yes, I am very interested in history and especially American history in the last few months. I really enjoy history classes, and so this play is really something that I love because I get to learn about all those experiences.
Tell me about the characters you'll be playing this weekend.
I'll be playing a total of 4 characters. I'll be Alexander Hamilton writing the Constitution. I'll be George Washington debating with his wife at the inauguration. And I'll also play in a futuristic dystopian era where nature is simulated, and I'm a dad that is just happy to go on a camping trip with his family that really does not want to be there. And the last thing I play is a parent and a child at the same time for our last scene, where it's a bit of a mix-up between generations trying to get people to go on a hike.
Ah, okay. Do you have to wear the wig for George Washington?
No, I won't be wearing a wig.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. And the humor, does that translate? I mean, are there some things that maybe people laugh at and you're like, I'm not sure why that's funny? Or
That is one thing that is quite difficult. The sayings that you have, that is definitely something that I'm still trying to get behind it. Like in the first act, there was the word yay high. And I have never heard someone say yay before to say something like that. So that was something that would be like that. But I think over the time I really got used to the American but also Wisconsin slang that we have here.
That's great. I had to think about that. So it's yay high. It's
yeah.
So that I would guess somebody had to explain that to you, right?
Yeah, multiple times.
What is that? All right. Well, what about your future plans? What are you looking at doing for a career someday?
I actually have many plans. I want to get a PhD in chemistry probably, and then look where this takes me, but I will definitely continue doing drama, and if it's a possibility for me to do that as a career, I would love to do that. So I'm still very much thinking about it.
That's awesome. What about highlights of your year at Riverdale? Can you think of any?
The number one highlight I had was definitely with the drama department, where we went to state and actually won the Critics' Choice, and that was just the moment where the judge came into our room and we were all just waiting, and the last thing he says, "Hey, you won the Critics' Choice," and we were all just jumping up and screaming because we were not expecting, we were hoping, but then just the relief that we actually made it, that was an amazing feeling, and that will be for a long time my highlight.
Has your family been able to see any of your acting? Do you send some videos?
Seeing not that much, because recording of a play is kind of not that allowed. But
sure. Didn't think about the rights fees. Right?
Verboten.
Yeah, I guess you're not supposed to post those.
And but what they've been able to hear was the radio play we did in December right here. So that was just easy to go on the website and listen online. So that is something that they were able to hear. They are probably listening right now.
Awesome.
As well.
A little bit of a time difference, right?
Yeah, about 7 hours. Normally 7 hours. Now because of daylight savings, it's only 6.
Okay, so it's a little bittersweet. I'm guessing you're homesick, but you've made a lot of friends here too. Correct?
Exactly. I don't want to leave my friends, but I also kind of want to go home someday.
Someday. So you'll graduate with this year's Riverdale seniors then?
I will graduate, but then I still have 2 more years of school in Germany to do. I'm actually the age of a junior at this point, so I still have 2 more years in Germany to do before I can do anything else.
Have they asked you to be in a sport at Riverdale?
They have asked many times. I did not want to do that. I was mainly focusing on drama, which is more than enough, especially at this time or back when we did the one act where practices get long and you really you can get way more into it when you don't have any distractions. I think that's the case. So I was able to do those 4 roles that I have now because I don't have anything else I have to really focus on.
It's like you have multiple personalities, isn't it?
Definitely.
When you play 4 different parts. Oh, that's awesome. And why should people come see the plays at Riverdale?
It's amazing. I've really grown attached to it over the last 3 weeks, so that was really nice. It's so funny. We still, even though we've been playing it for a while now, we still laugh at most of the jokes because they are just very well written out, and it's really fun to look what we've been working on for a while now.
And when you get that audience and you get those laughs too, that
is going to be very nice.
Yeah,
relieving.
You bet. Well, nice to have you back in the studio here today. Ben Bremer joins us. We can slide the microphone over to Brandon Meese as well.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Well, doing good. Good to have you in here. So you're a senior already.
That's right.
Yeah. It's been an enjoyable year for you, hasn't it?
It is. This is my favorite year so far.
I was going to say, what's the highlight been for you?
The highlight for me would probably be going to state for the one act in the fall. That was just awesome. Mm-hmm. I joined drama when I was a sophomore to be the lights guy, and then this fall when we made it to state, that was just a great feeling. That was awesome.
So you're the lights guy, but you get drug out on stage a few times.
That's right. For this play, there was a couple off-stage lines that needed to be filled, so I took that on. So that's my extra duty.
Awesome. What are some other things you're involved in at Riverdale?
I'm a big FFA guy. This winter at the World Dairy Expo, I got 10th place at dairy class judging out of about 320-some people, so that was awesome. And then besides FFA, I'm really into band, doing jazz band, bell choir, things like that. So.
And we've heard the band at some of the pep bands at some of the sporting events.
Absolutely. That's my favorite part of band is the pep band.
That's always fun stuff. So tell me about the roles that you will play then, other than being out there playing the lights.
Besides the lights in this play, I do have the one role over the not being on the stage, just the lines, and then those are my duties for the play. That's all I got.
Okay. Are you counting down the days till the end of school, or is it?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm having a great time, but I'm ready for the next steps.
And what's that going to be, Brandon?
I'm going to Southwest Tech in the fall for electromechanical technology. It's a 2-year program, and I hope someday to go to Racine where they build Case New Holland tractors and things, because I'm a huge fan of power tools, hand tools, putting things together, building things. So that's where I'd like to end up someday.
Oh, that's awesome. So work with your hands a little bit.
Absolutely.
Sure. And maybe even get a job there as well?
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a dream role, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So, good. Why should people come see the plays at Riverdale on Friday and Saturday nights?
I think that the whole crew, between all the actors and the stage people and things, we've put a lot into this, especially this last week when we're at school almost 10 o'clock at night after the end of rehearsals. And we've put a lot into this. The kids really care about this play. They're really excited to show off their skills, and it would be just great for people to come and see how they do.
Do you have a chance to put it on for the student body then?
Absolutely. They absolutely can stop by tomorrow night or Saturday night and see what's up.
Wonderful. Good deal. Well, we'll come back. We have a couple of young ladies from the senior class to join us as well in the studio. We'll keep talking about A Simpler Time at Riverdale High School, the spring play coming up tomorrow night and Saturday night at 7, and we'll have more on the morning show after these words. The Riverdale Drama Club in the studio with us today. Their spring play coming up tomorrow night and Saturday night in the little theater called A Simpler Time. We've heard from directors Chris Simonson and Katie Benedict, and so far Ben Bremer and Brandon Meese, who are a part of the production. But we've kept them waiting here long enough. We're going to bring on Cadence McGraw and Alex Schneider. Cadence, closest to the microphone. Good morning.
Good morning.
You've been here a few times to our studios, haven't you?
Yeah, I was here for the Christmas show. I had like a couple of parts there. My parents listened and they thought it was awesome.
Uh-huh. What parts did you play in the Christmas play?
I can't.
Just varied?
Oh yeah, I was at the kids' table. I played like the sassy little 9-year-old girl who kept like hating on her older cousin. It was really funny.
Awesome. So what parts are you playing in this weekend's performance?
I am playing Eliza in Founding Fathers. She is one of the wives that is actually writing the Constitution, actually getting stuff done while the men are arguing and being hormonal. And I'm also playing Emily in Salem Witch Trials, and she's pretty much just really envious of Abigail. She's the main character in it, and she is just like trying to accuse her of being a witch at every turn that she can, making stuff up. Like, it's really funny. I'm really happy with that role.
Oh, that's awesome. The Founding Fathers one sounds interesting because it's like, while the guys are arguing, the women are actually getting the job done, which is probably sometimes true to life, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, like they're like the guys are just like literally constantly arguing, not being able to agree on a single thing, and then the women are over here like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. It's just really fun to like do, and I'm sure to watch. Like a lot of the students like love hearing us say it, our lines, and just enjoy it.
Is it hard to not break character?
Oh yeah, I try and laugh a lot. I'm just like, oh, I gotta focus. I can do this.
And when the audience comes in, lots of times too, there are places where they will laugh maybe that you didn't realize or you've forgotten that it was funny. So you'll have to adjust on Friday night, I'm sure.
Yeah, we like. One of the rules with drama is that if the audience is laughing and like you just gotta pause for a little bit and just let them laugh, and then you gotta continue rolling on with it. And that's something that I feel like we're gonna have to do a lot with this play.
Is acting something that you'd like to be involved in after your days at Riverdale?
Well, this is actually my first year in drama. Like, I didn't really know a whole lot of people that were in it. Like, I always thought it would be, like, fun to do, but, like, I was like, I at least want to know someone in there. But then my friends were like, come on, you can do it. And so I did it, and I'm actually really enjoying myself. So, but I'm actually planning on doing animal science when I graduate.
Okay. So what are some other things you're involved in at Riverdale then?
I'm in FFA. I just recently joined it. I'm also in GSA Club and Science Club and Drama.
What's GSA Club?
Gender and Sexuality Alliance is pretty much like a safe haven for LGBTQ members or allies, just so that people can be themselves and we can help advocate for other students and just help people feel safe and more accepted.
Okay. And you've had some success with the FFA as well. There's probably some peer group pressure because I know that Riverdale has so many students involved in FFA, so it's like probably like the cool thing to do, isn't it?
Well, I joined it because I recently this year helped Miss Coe, the FFA advisor, with this new thing called the Animal Lab Coordinator. We have an animal lab to help with her classes and just other related things, and I take care of the animals there. I keep it clean. I get the animals there. It's just like a whole process that I really enjoy doing because I love spending time with animals.
So what are some of the animals that you have right now at
We
Riverdale?
currently have 5 baby goats, a Harlequin bunny, and 2 Peruvian guinea pigs that stay there all year. The guinea pigs stay there all year, and the bunny and the goats are going to be here till Friday.
Okay, that's got to be fun. And I know a lot of the youngsters, the young ones at Riverdale enjoy those too.
Oh yes. Another thing that I actually do with that is that with the guinea pigs, I would actually bring them to the elementary school and read a book about them to little kids that teachers were like, hey, could you do this? Because we'd send an email out saying, hey, we could do this. And then they'd be like, heck yeah. And actually, yesterday we had about 30-ish, well, I did, about 30-ish kindergartners come over to see the goats and the bunnies. Then I just taught them about them. They enjoyed it so much. They were like, it's the Easter Bunny.
'Tis the season.
Mm-hmm. We've also had chinchillas and skunks and other exotic animals like that in there, and it's just really fun to be able to see all different sorts of animals, like from a full-grown cow to this teeny tiny little chinchilla that's just so soft and you just want to squeeze it because it's so cute.
There's no better way to learn about animals than to see them in person like that, I'm sure.
Yes, it's really fun. It helps with another class that I'm in is vet science, and we'll do physicals on the animals that come in, and it's a good way to experience it firsthand if that's something that you want to do in the future.
So would you like to work at a vet clinic?
I actually would like to work as an animal this is a really big word, rehabilitationist. It's animal rehab, that injured animals or animals that need a home come and you just help them pretty much. And
where would you like to go to school?
I'm thinking about going to Prairie or Platteville. I forget which one it is. I'm still trying to figure everything out.
Sure. Good. Well, hope that goes well. Why should people come see the vignettes this weekend at Riverdale?
Because it's a great laugh. We put a lot of effort into it. Everyone's enjoying it. Why wouldn't you, honestly? Don't be dumb. Come to the fun thing.
Don't be dumb, come to the fun thing. I like that, Well said. Hey, yeah, that could be the slogan this weekend. Well, let's slide the microphone over for Alex Schneider, last but not least. Good morning, Alex.
All right, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good to have you in here. And you were in the holiday program as well here at the studios.
Yes, I was. I can't remember exactly which role I had, but yes, I was here for that.
And how many have you been involved in through the years, all through your high school years?
Well, I only joined my sophomore year, which I regret not joining in junior high and freshman year, but I only ever realized that it was something I really enjoyed my sophomore year when I joined. It was interesting because my sophomore year is when we were just getting done with kind of the social distancing at the high school, so the little theater was out of commission, and we were in the elementary cafeteria. So that was an interesting way to start my acting career. It's not on a true stage with no lighting set up, no sound system, but that was a really interesting experience. And then getting the little theater back has been awesome. I've been in all the productions since then, and yeah, it's been a really great experience.
I'm guessing if you had to be 6 feet apart, that kind of hurt the play a little bit.
Well, and at that point we were done with the social distancing, but the issue was they were using the little theater as like a study hall because it was a bigger area, so they could spread people out. It was a classroom, I think, wasn't it?
I believe so. At that point in time, I believe it was still being used as a classroom because there were some desks up on the stage itself, like a teacher's desk.
They could spread the students out,
right?
Because some of the classrooms at Riverdale are pretty small. If you've been in the building, it's an old building, and some of the classrooms can get pretty cramped at times.
Right. So it just wasn't. It wasn't conducive for us to use the little theater when we got the one act rolling again, because for a couple of years, because of COVID, the one act things had to be submitted electronically. Oh. It had to be sent in as some kind of a Zoom presentation or what have you, and that was just not as satisfying as an actor or a director.
No, especially without an audience, it's got to be incredibly different. I know recently I just had to I couldn't make it to our district forensics, so me and Brandon here had to submit our we both do radio speaking, and then I did a solo acting piece, and I had to submit that through a recording, and I kept stopping because it just felt so weird not having an audience there. And the fact when you're on a recording, you can record it as many times as you want, whereas when you're on stage, when you're doing live theater, you get no second chance. You just have to keep moving. So it was really weird kind of just being able to stop performing if I felt I messed up and needed to redo something. That was really weird.
How did you and Brandon do in forensics this year, by the way?
Well, we're getting our results back this week, actually. We submitted our radio speaking stuff before spring break. That was the district level, so the second level. So once we get our results back, hopefully today or tomorrow, we can find out if we're going to state. We both hope we can. We both went last year. I think, Brandon, you got a silver. Is that right? Yep. Okay, so yeah, Brandon got a silver. Last year I got a gold in solo acting. So I thought, if I got a gold, I got to do something else. So I changed to radio speaking, and that's been a really fun experience. Turn on my radio voice, which is fun. And but I'm doing solo acting again because you can never have enough practice with monologuing and kind of just putting your acting to your fullest potential. Because when you're in a stage production with a group of people, there's a lot of trust that you have to have in your co-actors, but when you're doing forensics and you're by yourself, you can really shine in what you're doing as an actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully you do well in the forensics thing, and you get that high rating and maybe a job application at WRCO. So good luck. Good luck with that. Tell me about the characters that you play in the vignettes.
Well, both me and Cadence here are in Safe Salem. It's a fun combination between Thornton Wilder's Our Town and Arthur Miller's The Crucible, because The Crucible is about the Salem witch trials, and Our Town obviously is, I think, early 1900s.
Yes, yeah, around 1910.
Yes, so it's funny kind of seeing, the opening line is, "This here is our town," when obviously, if if you've been in the show, you obviously know it's 1692. It is not 1910. And I play Abigail Williams, which is the main character, which is super fun because I almost feel like I'm playing a part in The Crucible and Our Town at the same time. So it's fun. And then in the next part, so it's funny because one of the scenes where in history, George Washington's wife didn't go to his inauguration, but in this scene, they end up having a thumb war to decide if she's going to go, and I get to be one of the announcers, so I get to turn on my it's almost set up like a boxing match, so I get to turn on my announcer voice, which is super fun. And then I'm also George Washington's advisor. It's a very short role, but it's basically me just yelling at him saying, your wife needs to come to the inauguration or nobody's going to think you can run a country. And then I'm also playing, there's one scene where it's basically kind of during the industrialization era when people were working for 16 hours a day and they needed a break. So that scene is about people going on strike and ordering for weekends, but I get to be the oppressive worklord, Mr. Gordon, and I'm just basically telling them, you need to keep working. I don't care that you're tired. And that's fun because I do play a man in that role. So it's fun to kind of mess with my lower voice range, and I'll get a mustache, which will be very funny. And then same with Ben in Kids Today. It's interesting because Ben plays a child and a parent and then a child. And then in the end, I end up as Ben's parent. So when he turns into a child, I am then his parent. So that's set in 1965 is my part of it. And yeah, it's super fun playing period parts because anytime we have the one acts, like I've done it 3 times and every time it's been modern. So we never really get to mess with the costumes or kind of maybe the accents or the mannerisms of doing a period piece like this. So this is the first time I've ever done a period piece. And it's been really fun.
I wonder if for the Crucible in Our Town, are those still required readings in school? Or
we did actually read an AP Lit this year. If anybody takes AP Lit, we have to read Death of a Salesman. So we got some Arthur Miller in there. I read The Crucible on my own, but it's a really great read. And it gives an interesting look into the Salem witch trials because it also was written during the Red Scare, and so it ties into that communism with the feel of the Salem witch trials. It's a great read.
Right.
And I don't know, but I don't think those are required readings. A couple years ago, the Drama Club actually did go see Our Town at American Players Theater in Spring Green. Sadly, I could not make it, but I heard it was a great production. But yeah.
What do you want to do next year?
Well, I plan on going to UW-Madison. I'm already accepted. I'm planning on going there. Originally, I was going to do music education and Spanish education, but I've just changed over to Spanish education now. But hopefully, I can still be involved in some of the musical ensembles there, and hopefully the drama side of things. I know the reason I picked Madison is because there's tons and tons of opportunities, and I know that if maybe I don't find comfort in one group, I'm sure I can find something I enjoy in another group, which is why I chose it.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. It's down the road. Are you marking the days as well, like Brandon? Or,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think everyone's looking forward to it, and as seniors, we graduate a week early. Like, we get out a week earlier than everybody else. And I know for myself personally, if you're a person that takes a lot of AP classes, the AP tests are at the beginning of May. So once I'm done with those, I'm checked out.
Cruising then.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be exciting because we've got like the high school band and choir has large group ensemble, which if you know what solo and ensemble is, it's basically just for the band and for the whole choir, and it's fun. I mean, when you do something in competition, it always adds kind of another aspect to it. That's kind of the difference between the spring play and the one-act play in the fall. The one-act it's competition, and it gives it such a different feel.
Sounds like it's going to be a good time this weekend. The highlights for your acting, is this like one of them, or what's a favorite role been?
I mean, our cast still quotes lines from the one act from last fall just because we were so excited to go to state, and the show itself was just awesome. And I'm super grateful to have played Dorothy, which I could really just like show my my abilities in that role, because there's like screaming and crying in the end, and like so much like kind of pent up anger throughout the show, but I have to pretend to be nice the whole time. And it was interesting because I was playing a character, but that character was playing another character. So everybody in the cast kind of had not troubles, but just it was really interesting to be able to play a part with so many levels. But yeah, I think that's, at least for most of us, I think that's our highlight for the year for acting, was just going to state and feeling so confident in that production.
Are you recruiting people to come see the show this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, my family loves it. Kind of have to drag my dad there, but that's okay. He loves me, so he'll come. And then, I mean, my family always comes, my friends. I mean, we always have, the nice thing is we always have people from the community come that may not even have a student in the district. So it's always nice to see those people there because they're just supporting their community.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, good cast here. Anything else that maybe I should have asked the cast members? Or
Not sure. I think you covered things pretty well. I guess I wanted an opportunity to maybe name the kids that we have involved in this, get the rest of them in. So we have a group of 21 students, 4 of which are here. But the kids we have involved from junior high up through high school, they would include Allison Adams, Braley Bedward, Wyatt Bray, Desaria Bonds, Destiny Bonds, Vivian Benedict, Sienna Deglow, Archer Imhoff, Delaney Imhoff, Chris Prouty, Alex is already here, Abe Schaefer, Ezra Knoble, E.J. Justin, Adrian Rush, Nora Wolf, Movana Zarbach, Mark Wilkie, and of course Alex, Cadence, Brandon, and Ben, who are here already. So we've got a good group of core people, and yeah, I want to thank all of them for the work that they've done.
That's one of the advantages to putting a play like this together is you put together students that may not normally hang out together. They all kind of come together for the same purpose, don't they, Katie?
Absolutely. And this play is super, it's just really inclusive for the whole school. We have everyone from 7th grade all the way up through 12th grade, and most of our 7th and 8th graders don't get to interact with our high schoolers. So it's really neat to put them together in a room and watch them interact. And you can tell, like, our high schoolers are very good at taking the 7th and 8th graders under their wing and going, okay, if this is what you're nervous about this is what you do. You need to, let's work on your diction a little bit. Let's work on, your movement. If they fidget too much on stage, they'll walk over and be like, okay, hey, let's get those wiggles out, and then get you on stage to where you can play your part. It's really cool to watch them come under their wing like that.
About how long is the production?
I believe we timed it at 2 hours. About 2 hours, and there will be a 10-minute intermission in the middle. But I think it's going to be worth it. I know it's a little longer than some of our productions in the past, but it's going to absolutely be worth it.
It seems like with all the different scenarios and scenes, though, it doesn't seem like it's going to be monotonous.
It's not going to be monotonous at all. It's very fast-paced. It's every scene, you go through the whole scene, and it's like, oh, it's over already. Well, okay. And then you're on to the next one, but it's enjoyable. It's so much fun.
Tickets sold at the door, Chris?
Yes, tickets at the door, $5 for general admission, $3 for students and senior citizens.
Okay.
So, yep, at the door.
Any chance of a sellout?
Oh, always.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're hoping. We're hoping.
And, as, what was it? Cadence, did you say, don't be dumb, do the fun thing?
Yeah, don't be dumb. Do the fun thing.
Don't be dumb, do the
Wise
fun
words,
thing.
people. Wise words.
Exactly. And at $5, if you're not a student or a senior, at $5 for 2 hours worth of entertainment, where can you get that kind of value?
Most definitely. Good stuff. Well, we appreciate you all coming in here. Good luck to all of you in your next endeavors, but this weekend as well, first and foremost. We appreciate Alex Schneider, Cadence McGraw, Brandon Meese, and Ben Bremer joining us, and Katie Benedict and Chris Simonson, the directors. Chris, we just hope a lot of people will come out and see it this weekend. Right?
I'm sure we will have a lot of people looking forward to it. They know that the kids at Riverdale do great things, and they want to be there to support them. So, yeah, that's going to happen.
It's called A Simpler Time, and it's this weekend at 7 o'clock Friday and Saturday nights at the Riverdale Little Theater.